Hi learners, welcome back to the SOIM program on Information Technology Applications and Libraries. Today we are entering to the fourth week of our session, that is especially discussing on the digital libraries. So the first session on this week, we are covering digital libraries, its genesis, definitions, objectives, functions and scope. So this is today's agenda. We are covering the concept of digital library, some definitions, the terminological advancements in the IT and the digital library is concerned, genesis of digital libraries, objectives of digital library, scope, and last we will discussing some examples on major digital libraries. The concept of digital libraries embodies the transformation of traditional libraries through technological advancements, marking a significant evolution in a way knowledge is preserved, accessed and disseminated. These digital libraries have developed into advanced systems that enables users to access extensive collections of organized information and knowledge seamlessly. R.R. Larson elaborates on this concept by characterizing digital libraries as global virtual libraries that encompass thousands of interconnected electronic libraries. Digital libraries nowadays are reshaping traditional libraries by improving the organization and distribution of information resources. They function as distributed electronic collections that cover nearly every field of human endeavors to serve defined user communities. As a logical extension of physical libraries, digital libraries enhance existing resources and services, creating new opportunities for information access and management. Next, we are going to discuss about some definition of digital libraries given by various associations and authors. First one, the American Digital Library Federation defined digital library as the American Digital Library Federation defines digital library as, quote, digital libraries as organizations equipped with resources and specialized staff dedicated to selecting, structuring and providing intellectual access to digital collections, unquote. Clifford Lynch in the year 1995 defined digital library as, quote, system providing a community of users with coherent access to a large organized repository of information and knowledge. The digital library is not just one entity, but multiple sources seamlessly integrated, unquote. And another definition given by R. Smith in 1997, quote, controlled collection of information bearing objects that are in digital form that may be organized, accessed, evaluated and used by means of a heterogeneous and extensible set of distributed services that are supported by digital technology, unquote. So, all these three definitions, which is giving the digital library, the documents are in the digital form and it has been organized, accessed and can be evaluated and it can be disseminated. The collections may be used extensively. Now we are going to the terminology which have been used in the evaluation of digital libraries. There are many terms have been used to represent the digital libraries or the concept of digital library. The first one, it is generally it is very popular. The term which has been used by F.W. Lancaster in the year 1982, that is a paperless library or paperless society. The paperless library, which is indirectly or directly indicating the digital library. And another concept was emerged as a virtual library, that is the libraries without boundaries, libraries without wall. Okay, that content literature will be available on virtually. And another development in the terminology we will find as an electronic library, that is Emerald published a journal in the year 1983, the Journal of Electronic Library. So that was another development of digital library you will find. Another digital initiative you find in the year 1994, where the National Science Foundation and the NASA of USA, they sanctioned around $24 million for conducting a research in the field of digital libraries. They selected 6 universities for the purpose and they contributed to development of digital libraries in the year 1994. And another concept of library, the concept of digital library we are used in the hybrid library. That is Rusbridge in 1998. He came out with the concept of hybrid library. Let us see in detail about all these things. The digital library, virtual library, electronic library, hybrid library. These are different terminologies being used by library professionals. And let us see how this having the similarity and the difference. In the digital library or the electronic library, which are being used in often used interchangeably, the both converged with the digital collections, including full text resources that can be accessible online. And we have in the virtual libraries, libraries without walls, that extends access to digital collections from diverse sources. It acts like an index of curated relevant links to online resources. And we have in the hybrid libraries, as I told you, the concept was introduced by Rusbridge in 1998. It represents a transition between traditional and digital libraries. It integrates both electronic as well as the traditional printed materials. Supports a seamless user experience for accessing both digital and physical resources. So you will find many of our Indian libraries are in the form of a hybrid libraries. And we use another term like World Wide Web. We having somebody having the concept of both are the same. No, we can say that World Wide Web and the digital library both are different concepts. Both are having online information, both are having e-books, e-journals and other things. But in World Wide Web, it is a vast unorganized collection of documents available online. But in the digital library, it is a curated, organized collection of digital resources and has been targeted to a specific group. And the World Wide Web lacks organization, includes both durable and ephemeral information. As far as digital library is concerned, it is tightly controlled with selected and structured content for long-term access. And the World Wide Web is open to anyone. Search engines index web pages scattered across the web. But as far as digital library is concerned, access may be restricted to specific users, ensuring quality and relevant. In the digital libraries, access may be restricted to specific users, ensuring quality and relevance of content. If you see the relevance of digital libraries, the development of digital libraries has been shaped by decades of technological evolution with visionary ideas dating back to Vannevar Bush Memex concept in the year 1939. That was imagined a desk-like system with microfilm storage for books, journals and personal notes. And during this period, they introduced associative trials, a concept similar to hyperlinking. And you will find another development. In 1970s, the systems like Light and the Stairs were introduced that provided remote access and search capabilities for scientific and legal documents. During the 1980s, information retrieval advanced with the distributed databases and online hosts like Dialog STN that offering an early full text detailed access to journals and databases. In 1990s, the arrival of World Wide Web marked a turning point with the introduction of user-friendly browsers like Netscape, Navigator. Digital libraries gained accessible graphical interfaces, sparking wider adoption of growth. And the US government program like Digital Library Initiative, DLI, further accelerated the developments, funding projects that led to foundational technologies such as Lycos and Google. While the international initiatives like the United Nations JISC program supported the content digitization and innovative research. And by the late 90s, CD-ROM was added, a new medium for digital collections, providing high storage capacity for full text databases. And in the late 1990s to early 2000, you will find the development of digital library standards, establishment of metadata standards like Dublin Core for digital resources, emergence of interoperability protocol like OIPMH. In 2000s, you'll find the expansion of digital libraries and open access, you will find the growth of larger scale digital libraries like Google Books, and open access movement was expanded in the digital libraries with freely available scholarly content. In 2010, you will find the digital libraries linked with the open data, and 2020s digital libraries in the era of uh, artificial intelligence and big data. As far as the objectives of digital library is concerned, you will find the first objective is broad access to information. The digital library is intended to provide the information globally. It is having the global access. It is removing the geographical and time barriers. And another objective of digital library is the preservation of digital content. It is a primary goal of digital libraries to preserve the information in digital format, protecting resources from physical degradation. And the third objective is efficient information retrieval. Digital libraries intended to provide fast digital libraries supposed to provide fast, accurate searches via metadata standards and indexing. And it is a cost effectiveness. By storing information digitally, digital libraries reduce the need for physical space, staffing and materials, that leading to significant cost savings. Support for education and research. Digital libraries are powerful tool for education and research, providing students, educators and the researchers with the resources that can be accessed, cited and referenced easily. And digital libraries, another objective is to collaboration and knowledge sharing. Digital libraries facilitate collaboration among institutions and scholars by enabling shared access to resources, fostering enhanced information security. It will protect the data with the security protocols to maintain integrity and privacy. Digital libraries promote information literacy. It builds skills in navigating and interpreting digital resources. Next is promoting digital literacy. They also serve as a platform for improving digital literacy by providing users with experience in navigating, retrieving digital information sources. And it will also help customization and personalization. Digital libraries aims to provide personalized experiences by offering customized access based on user needs, preferences and reading histories, making information more relevant and engaging. Some of the functions of digital libraries that include access to a very large information collection. It support advanced search and retrieval, and support the traditional library mission, and support the multimedia content. Another function is collection development, organization, access and preservation of information. And digital libraries also help to support publishing, annotations and integrating of new information. And it also links to local and external object. And obviously, digital libraries having a function to provide a user-friendly interface. So, if you see the digital library infrastructure and services, I think I'm skipping it. Next, we see the scope of digital libraries. You'll find many areas where digital libraries can be used. It has been used for creation and transformation of digital content. Digital libraries encompass content that can be born digital, that means created in digital environment, or converted from analog, physical to digital formats, or transferred from one digital format to another. So this process known as digitization or digitization is essential for broadening access and preservation across various platforms. After the scope of creation and transformation digital content, the another scope is enhanced social impact. The digital libraries have transformed societal interactions with information, providing far-reached benefit beyond those traditional libraries. Next scope is long-term preservation. Digital libraries must ensure sustainable access over time, and it support for the information economy. In this information age, digital libraries act as a repositories of data, such like a bank for knowledge, and meeting the growing demand for organized, accessible, and searchable information. And it will be useful for the interactive in the multimedia, and it will also contributing for the innovation in library and information science. It is another scope is commitment to preservation and archiving. The libraries are considered as a custodians of knowledge, focusing on preservation and archiving. In digital libraries, this role extends to creating institutional repositories, particularly in the developed countries. These digital libraries act as a global digital preservation initiatives. Various national and international projects support digital preservation, such as digital curation centers, which provides guidance on the storage and life cycle management of digital assets. Another scope is vast digital collection development. With much of today's information produced digitally, digital libraries aims to include diverse collections, indexing a wide array of content types. These libraries integrate information from text, image, videos, and even data across languages and cultures, forming a vast resource for global use. These are something about the scope of digital libraries. There are some examples you will find as a digital libraries. We will discussing in next classes in detail about that. So the first we can say one example is the World Digital Library. It was a project of Library of Congress and the UNESCO in the year 2009. Another one you will find as a Universal Digital Library, that was in the year 2007. It is a part of Million Book Project. Third one, you will see the Google Books in the year 2004 and the Internet Archive in the year 1996. Then as far as digital libraries in India is concerned, you will find some examples here. National Digital Library of India, which was developed as a Ministry of Education and developed by Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. And you will have the Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, was initiative of CSIR and Ayush. We have another digital library, Cultural Heritage Digital Library, which was developed in the year 2002 by Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, IGNCA, New Delhi. And we have another example of digital libraries, that is a Parliament Digital Library, that was introduced in the year 2018 by the Lok Sabha Secretariat. So these are some examples you have the digital libraries. One more is a Digital Library of Green Mobility in the year 2020 by TERI, the Energy and Resource Institute, and GIS India. And in conclusion, we can say that The digital libraries represent a significant advancement in the management, preservation, and accessibility of information. By transforming traditional sources into digital formats, they remove physical barriers, making knowledge accessible globally anytime. Through these robust preservation strategies, they ensure long-term availability of valuable data, meeting the demands of information economy. With this ongoing innovations and commitment to sustainable practices, digital libraries not only serve as a repository of knowledge, but also as vital resources that fuel research, education, and societal progress. Ultimately, we can say that digital libraries embody the evolution of library science. Thank you very much for listening this lecture, and we will meet with another topic. Thank you.